This is the Sterling University course assessment brief for the pre-production unit. So the module title is Pre-Production Industry. The module code is DAC 603 and the module leader is myself, Adam Barton. This is a level 6 unit. That is to say, it is the final level of the degree. The assessment title is Industry Role and the assessment number is AE1, and it is the only assessment on this unit. The assessment type is a Viva and the time restriction is 20 minutes. There is no penalty for submitting below the time limit, but students should be aware that there is a risk that they may not maximise their potential mark. That is to say, if your Viva is very short, it is very likely that it will be getting a low mark. It is essential that assignments keep within the time limit stated above. Any work beyond the maximum time limit, which in this case is 20 minutes, will be disregarded and not accounted for in the final grade. That is to say that if your Viva extends beyond the 20 minutes, there will be no assessment of anything that you present after the 20-minute deadline. All of the work is individually marked. That is to say that each student gets 1 mark. The assessment weighting is 100%. The issue date is the 28th of September and the hand-in date is the 18th of December. But be aware that these dates are subject to change as this video has been recorded in advance. The planned feedback date is within 4 working weeks and the mode of submission is online through the SOL page. The number of copies you need to submit is 1 and this unit is exempt from anonymous marking. The assessment task is as follows. In the Viva, the student is to discuss and evaluate their skills and knowledge in relation to a specific industry role, analyse the current state and expected trends within the game industry, demonstrate appropriate technical and soft skills, explain their development and technical achievements over the course of the unit, discuss iterative development and show how they have responded to review and critique, discuss their review of the work of their peers and the metrics they have used. The student is expected to research and respond to specific questions in response to their chosen discipline. The following table shows the assessment criteria. In the first column we have the overview criteria and the learning outcomes. So we have the production skills with the learning outcomes K1 and P1 and the professional skills with the learning outcomes C1 and T1. In the next column we have a breakdown of the specific skills that we will be assessing. This assessment uses the letter grade bands with F1, F3 being failure criteria, D1, D3 being the bare minimum pass. C1 to C3 it demonstrates competency and a satisfactory level of knowledge. B1 to B3 is a good or very good understanding, and A1 to A4 is an excellent understanding. I will now go through the specific skills. I will discuss the pass-fail criteria and the aspirational goals. Apply industry processes and techniques. There needs to be a demonstration of the fundamental skills, the essential techniques that the industry is looking for, and this must be based upon research. The aspirational goal for this is that you demonstrate a strong understanding of 2 or more complex processes. Demonstrate development in game art skills. We're looking for 3 or more assets that demonstrate an effective understanding of game art skills. The aspiration for this is that you will generate a whole range of high quality assets, and that you will demonstrate a broad understanding of a range of skills that are related to a specific discipline. Apply and justify game art and gameplay characteristics. Just want to clarify what we mean by that. So game art and gameplay characteristics are those that are distinct and unique to the game industry, specifically relating to real-time and in-engine techniques. And these are distinct from other forms of CGI and computer graphics in the fact that there is a time compute restraint that is requiring the artwork to be optimized. The pass-fail criteria for this is that some assets need to demonstrate effective art productions, that is, they need to be optimized appropriately. And the stretch goal for this is we want to see a critical analysis of all of the assets, that is, all of the assets that are presented, a rationalization about why they are specific to game art, and we would like to see sophisticated methods of real-time analysis applied in justifying those things. The analysis of the process. The pass criteria for this is there must be research. That research must be relevant and it must support the processes that the student is working for. The stretch goal for this is that the research should be wide-ranging, that is from a whole variety of different sources, that the research needs to be critically evaluated, that is the student needs to justify why that research is applicable, and we would like to see some evidence of exploration and experimentation. Collaborative production and peer review. Pass criteria for this is that we want some evidence of peer review. We want a clear attempt that the student has tried to engage with other peers and that their analysis is an objective review of the other student's work. The stretch goal for this is a consistent critical analysis across the peer review work. We want to see a very effective use of the metrics so that there is a clear understanding of the standards about the evaluation of the art, and all of the language has to be objective. Finally, we come to academic engagement and artistry. The pass criteria for this is that the Viva has to present some evidence of learning engagement, and this engagement would be in the formative assessments or in the tasks and activities on the sole page. The stretch goals for this is we want to see a consistent and reflective documentation of that engagement, and we want to see a response to the artistic criticism and an adaptation of the style of the artist to that criticism.